How's it going, my friends? Back with another video today. Want to start this off by saying thank you to the new Patreon subscriber or donor. We got Alan Chan. Thank you very much. You sent me a very nice note too, just saying that you appreciate the channel, and I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much to everybody who's donated so far. The channel's up to 33 active Patreon donors every month, which is pretty cool. You know, it's awesome that you guys are saying thank you and just saying, hey, here's a couple of bucks every month, and I appreciate the videos. So, because I'm really trying to put out quality content. That video I did yesterday, I did it from a hotel room. It wasn't the best quality. Art, you told me that the audio wasn't that good. I apologize for that, guys. I was using a zoom lens, and the camera was kind of like further away from me. So, I will make sure that I pay attention to the quality, you know, every time as best I can. But I wanted to show you guys a few images and just go into like kind of the philosophy of like what I think about when I go into these jobs and I try and create like, you know, interesting compositions. So I don't know, let me know if you guys want me to do more of those videos. But today I have been wanting to do this video for a while because this thing that I use is like one of my most fun tips or tricks to get like really cool portraits, and I've honestly never seen anybody use this before. Now I'm sure that there's people, before you flame me in the comments, I'm sure that there's people out there who actually have used this, but honest to God, I have never heard of anybody using this. The way I discovered it was kind of a you know, kind of an accident, I guess, and through experimentation, I started incorporating it into my portraits. So, without further ado, look at this right here. This thing. So what this is, guys, this is a split field diopter. And don't know if you've heard that or not, what that is. So basically what it is there's a blank space right here, and then there's a piece of glass, which is actually a lens. And what this allows you to do is to have two focal planes in your image. So you can have something very, very close in focus, and then you can have all the stuff in the background in focus as well. So I mean, if you guys think about how aperture and depth of field work, that doesn't really make sense. It's like, you know, even if you have something at f/22, you know, you get diffraction issues, but even if you have a lot of stuff in focus, the focus plane, stuff that's really close to you and close to the camera isn't going to be in focus. So the way I found out about this is one of my favorite movies ever, and one of the biggest inspirations. I'll actually probably do a whole video on this, but my biggest inspiration for lighting, and where it really just kind of struck in my head and I started getting like, you know, more creative with my lighting, was from the movie Citizen Kane. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but the movie is so unbelievable with the lighting, but not only the lighting, the use of deep focus was so, it just blew my absolute mind. That there's like a first scene in it where like everything is in focus, very deep focus, everything in the frame is in focus all the way to the back, and there's like a mother and a father and like a banker having a conversation, and then you can see the child playing through the window way in the background, and literally everything is in focus. So it's kind of the complete opposite from what's trendy nowadays, you know, with the blown out backgrounds and just separating things with compression. These directors use, I can't remember the cinematographer's name, and people are probably going to flame me for that too because he's so famous. I remembered if I saw it, but it's not coming to me right now. But this cinematographer and the director of photography, he used this technique called deep focus, where literally everything was in focus in the frame, and he created all these really interesting compositions without blurring anything or without composition or compression. And obviously this was done at very small apertures, and you would have to flood. It was difficult back then because, you know, lights were expensive, power was not efficient, and you have to flood the scene with a bunch of light because the apertures were so small. So I started researching that movie, and I found this thing called a split field diopter, and what you can do is you can screw it onto the front of your camera. It's got a filter thread. This is a 67 mil, and what it does is there's a lens that slices in the middle of it, so something that's on that side will be in focus, and then everything in the background will be in focus as well. So you could, you know, you could put somebody's face right up to your lens, kind of looking at something, they're in focus, and then the whole background is also. But this is the thing, is I don't use this diopter for that. What I use this diopter for is, I found is like, because these filter threads, once you screw this onto the front, it doesn't lock into place. There's no place that it's just like tight. It's just free spinning the whole time, no matter how many times you turn it. And so what you can do is, as you're turning this, if you point it towards the light, this can add like this really cool, almost double blurring effect to your portraits. And I'm going to put the first example here now. So as you can see right here, the double blurring effect is totally due to this split field diopter. And you can see that the couples are in focus, but there's also this like energy, or this like, you know, thing emanating out from them. Here's another example right here. And look at it, same deal. It's almost like this ethereal type of flare, but not totally, because like almost the whole body is like emanating this weird ethereal thing. So this is actually a tip that I didn't know if I wanted to give out right now. I like to give you guys all my information and stuff, but you know, this is one of my like secret sauce type deals, and it's like real cheap. I mean, this diopter was like $6 or $7 off eBay. You can get them. And what I do is, this works great on longer lenses. So I screw this, like I said, as a 67mm thread, and I screw it on my 85. And I use this for portraits all the time. You get really cool effects. So when I'm shooting, basically I'll just take it and I'll turn it. I'll be, you know, shooting and then just turning this or in front of it, and I'll just, you know, turn it until I kind of get the effects that I want, and point it towards the light, take it out of the light, do some different things, experiment with it. But this will add a really cool dimension to your photos, and you know, I just wanted to pass this on to you guys, so hopefully you found it helpful. I'm going to keep coming with the tips and tricks because I know you guys like that stuff, but hopefully you guys also engage with the more creative and the techniques. You know, that's like all the philosophy of the photography is really my favorite stuff to talk about. So hopefully you guys have a good day, and hopefully this was helpful. Till the next video, my friends.